Alright, well what is up everybody? Finally got that Mac 11 gameplay I've been talking about, and this time I'm bringing it to you a little bit differently than you're probably accustomed to, because it's not going to be a blowout game. Rather, it's going to be a Dan Rather, but yeah, it's going to be a competitive domination game. And when I say competitive, it's going to be basically we don't roll over the team. It's not going to be your normal, just trap them at C, hold 2 points, wait for them to come to you kind of gameplay. Rather, it's going to be more of a fast-paced run and gun style where I'm going to be playing the objective, capping points, defending points, and whatnot. So it's not going to be a blowout score by any means. It's going to be more laid back. But the Mac 11 itself is a hard SMG to use. If you're curious about trying it out, definitely want to do extended mags and Warlord Pro. The reasoning behind this is with the extended mags, you're going to have a lot more success because it eats through ammo a lot. That's why I'm using Scavenger, because it's almost impossible to keep ammo fed in this thing. It just constantly burning through ammo. The mag, because it has a really high rate of fire, so I use extended mags, and then I use Warlord Pro to kind of to put the grip on it to kind of keep the recoil back, because it doesn't really have a huge recoil, but when you have the grip on it, it basically is super accurate. And you see there, I got that guy with 4 bullets, which is what I think it's a 4-bullet kill from that range, and then it drops off to a 5-bullet kill at all other ranges. You can actually pick people off a lot better than you would expect with this weapon. But if I was going to give you a tip, I would say don't try to use it like an assault rifle. Another thing is don't use steady aim with it. The reasoning behind that is a lot of these guns in this game have really good hip fire, especially the SMGs. But the Mac 11 is not one of those guns. The spread on it is super tight, so it seems like when you're hip firing, it just doesn't really have enough to like keep up with the person. I don't know. That's just my experiences with it. You might enjoy the hip fire with it. I don't. So I would suggest using the grip and extended mags. That is the ideal setup in my mind for this weapon. And you're going to have to use Scavenger. I would prefer to use lightweight, but like I said, you're going to eat through ammo, so you definitely need to have Scavenger. Scavenger Pro would be even more handy, but I don't have that yet, and I just Prestige, so... one of the other submachine guns that a lot of people don't use is the PM63. I have been trying my hardest to use that gun and to get a gameplay with that gun, but I can just not do it. As you see me commando lunge there, because this is a pre-patch gameplay. He doesn't even go for doesn't even fire a shot. He goes straight for the knife, which I guess is smart on his part, because he probably realizes that knives are more powerful than guns. But yeah, you see me cap B for the 3rd time, but. Yeah, I would suggest that if you do go for this setup, definitely want to run Scavenger. I know I've said that 3 times now, but I want to emphasize that point before I lose track of my thoughts and whatnot. But like I was saying, the PM63 has been pretty much impossible for me to get a gameplay with. It is a bad gun. The problem with that gun is it has a really weird recoil, and it's really not accurate. I know accuracy in this game is usually based on recoil. Like whenever you look at the stats of the gun, it'll be like, if you look at the PM63, it'll say accuracy and it'll have that bar. Usually that represents like how much recoil a gun has, but I don't know, there's something about the PM63. It says it's more accurate than the Mac 11, but my experiences with it, it really is not. It has a lot of recoil, and it has a lot of, it eats through ammo even worse than this gun, which is saying a lot. So you have to use extended mags and probably grip on that as well, but you really can't get good games with it. I mean, I probably just suck with it. I'm sure somebody could get a good game with it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I've just been struggling with it, so I've kind of given up for the time being on that. I think I actually just unlocked it on my 3rd Prestige, so yeah, I just hit my 3rd Prestige and whatnot, so I'm still working my way up through them. I know I said I was going to stop so I could keep all my perks and stuff, but the allure of having better icons and the prestige that comes with being a Prestige has convinced me that I need to keep going, so that's what I've been doing. So but anyways, it's almost Christmas time. It's weird that time's been flying by so fast, and I think, what has this game been out over a month now? What is today is the 14th, and so the game's been out about a month and 5 days, and they've already patched the game three times. So they released a patch this morning, which fixed the footsteps. It fixed the it's supposed to fix matchmaking. I can't remember what the other thing is they fixed. I mean, I know, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, I fast forwarded through those deaths because they were pretty bad. But yeah, it's almost Christmas. It's weird to think that time has flown by so fast. And I need a lot of people have probably come over to my videos from the YouTube HD post that I had up earlier in the week. So I'm gonna link you guys to that if you haven't seen it yet. It was kind of cool. I did a another Spaz gameplay. I know if you are familiar with my channel, you've probably seen tons of Spaz gameplay because I've used it. I think I have 2 videos up from using that gun, but I like using it. What can I say? And I don't know what that guy was doing there. He should have killed me, but but yeah, I'll link you guys to that. And if you guys are new from that channel, I'd say welcome and thanks for subscribing. I know I really appreciate people that subscribe and stay subscribed. I know a lot of people there's not a lot of incentive to subscribe these days because there's so much of the same thing, and I know it's really hard to get your feet wet in the whole commentary scene, but I'm trying my hardest, and I don't ever really do this for anything other than, as you see, I get a pretty cool stick there. I don't really do this other than like the fact that I'm interested in doing it. But right there, I want to point out, you see I lose that battle to the AK-74U. That's because, excuse me, that's because that gun can kill in 1 bullet less than the Mac 11. So, like I said, you don't want to try to use it as an assault rifle. You definitely want to use it as a more of a close weapon, mid to short range weapon. I see right there, it took almost my whole extended mag to kill that guy because it eats through bullets so fast, and you really have to pop fire it at long range, and even then you're not going to usually finish them off. You're going to find yourself having to reload and try again, and it's basically like throwing stones at some point. But excuse me, I had to take a drink there. My throat was drying up. I actually had to stop this commentary midway through and get something to eat and a drink because I was just feeling weak, and when I feel weak I feel like I can't gather my thoughts like I could usually. But you see I looked in that corner right there. The reason why I looked in that corner is I've been playing a lot of Domination to the point where I know where people are going to camp, and that corner right there tends to be a spot that people with ghosts sit in, so keep that in mind. And you see we're capping B here to go for the triple cap because we actually were dominated for a little bit, so we're going to try to take the lead there. I think that's my 4th cap of B and my 6th cap overall. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the game. Let's see the stats. But you can see my kill streak set up on the screen if you haven't noticed. So no need to repeat that. But like I said, the perk selection when using this gun is very important. It's probably going to define, make or break you on if you can have a successful game on this or successful time with this gun. Mainly because right out of the gate, you might think, hey, I'm going to use marathon lightweight and, steady aim and just rush at him and fire from the hip like all the other SMGs. But if you go into using this gun thinking that, you're probably going to do fairly poorly with it. I would suggest using the Warlord Pro like I talked about earlier in the video because you're not going to find too much success doing it with the way you can treat some of the other SMGs, mainly because it's just so hard to do. But anyways, this video is winding down. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.